Hey, welcome back. It's as always good to see you today. It is Tuesday. Hello, my lovely YouTube wife. Thank you for always being on top of things there, Mademoiselle Scythe. Hello, DV. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Mars. Got you a cup of tea. I need to start making more tea in the afternoons when I stream. I should start doing that, having a cup of tea. Because I have plenty of tea that I need to use. But yeah, it's Tuesday. So I wanted to catch up. Well, continue working on Amberlynn's Breaking My Silence live stream. And then also I wanted to try to catch her video that she uploaded today. I don't remember what it was called. But I have myself scheduled to stream until 6:30 p.m. So I figure at 6 we will switch over to her video that she uploaded today. But I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I am still trying to get my sleep in order from the time change. It's messing me up a little bit. So I'm a little tired. And just busy. So just quick schedule for the rest of the week. Looking at my schedule that I have scheduled tomorrow. I'm not going to have time to stream tomorrow. And I'm probably not going to have time to stream on Thursday. I'll see if I can squeeze in maybe an hour Thursday afternoon if I get up early enough to start working earlier in the morning. Then maybe I can squeeze in a stream on Thursday. Just Thursday is a really busy, well, every day is a busy day. But see if I can squeeze in a stream on maybe an hour on Thursday to try to finish up her live stream here to finish this today. But yeah, all that being said, let's go ahead and flip over. Hey Aaron, good to see you. Little wonky. I feel like my head's so big in the screen there. I don't like it. I think I'm gonna try to get a new camera. I like this camera's okay. Maybe I just need to get it further away from me. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But yeah, we have. Okay, so we left off at 23:42 yesterday. I backed her up a few seconds. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pick this back up. I don't remember where we left off, to be honest. And I'll try to not yap so much so we can get further through this. Just for you, YouTube wifey and Lizzie, Aaron hasn't complained.
Like making your partner feel good.
Oh, that is. How is her volume for you? Because that was very low for me. Let me turn up my headphones.
Good and safe and loved, and things that I would also do for them. Like they really liked when I would do this, so that was like my thing that I did for them.
Yeah, Lizzie, telling me to shut up. So we left off when she was talking about, Beck had mentioned the choosy game and lint picking or plucking, whatever it is. So she's giving an explanation for that again, even though she's explained this before. It could have been in a member stream where she explained it before, and I'm just getting them confused. Oh, it's because Aaron hasn't been here. Well, you know, if y'all want to watch Amberlynn and just raw dog Amberlynn, you can go to her channel and watch this.
And it's like I'm realizing that it wasn't that at all. It was, I almost feel like I was a burden to them in moments that I thought we were actually genuinely bonding. Like that's the part that's like hard for me to like wrap my head around, I think. Um,
So these situations here would just kind of be a, they were seeing the situations differently. I wouldn't see these as one person's lying, one person is telling the truth. These are just situations in the relationship that they viewed very differently, and there was no communication during the relationship to say, "Hey, I don't really like this choosy game very much," um, that we know of, and kind of the ASMR kind of feeling, the kind of the light touching. A lot of people enjoy that in relationships with somebody that you're with. They enjoy somebody just like rubbing your back or playing with your hair or just stroking your arms or something. A lot of people enjoy that in relationships.
do you owe Beck $6,000? No. So I guess we can talk about the inheritance. I
Oh,
did talk about
well, we're starting out with a bang. We're starting out with the inheritance. Even though she kind of, I think she touched on it earlier.
this in my members only, but obviously not everyone
Aaron, I was cleaning my blow dryer and thought I heard my name. You did hear your name, Aaron. We're talking about you.
saw that. So in my members only, I talked about how Beck is saying that I took the inheritance. Me and Beck had a joint account. Okay, so this is where a screenshot comes in. So I'm glad we're talking about this. Let me get to it.
I saw this during this part
What
of
I
the
have got
stream.
some picture taken. Wow. Okay, so me and Beck had a joint account, and it was originally her bank account, their bank account. I'm sorry, I'm getting really, really flustered. My apologies. So it was originally their bank account,
Hey, Peep Chop.
and when we got together, I ended up going on their bank account together. So we were joint bank accounts. So any money that either of us both received went into one full-fledged one area. In a recent, I don't know if it was video, live stream, I forget what it was. Beck said how they didn't even have the means to look at the bank to see how much money was in there, that they had to use my debit card, that I had my own private thing. Those are not true statements. I have a screenshot. I was not able to get into the bank ever. I have so many screenshots of wondering how much did I get paid. I would text Becky and literally ask that. I'd be like, how much did I get paid, et cetera, et cetera. And Beck would literally send me screenshots of our bank. So I have everything crossed off that's like personal information, but this is just proof that that was a lie from Beck, an absolute lie. I said, how much money is in the bank? And here's a screenshot that says, hi, Rebecca, like, et cetera, showing how much money we had in the bank because I was not able to get into it. I was never able to see how much went in there, how much I got paid, unless I looked on my AdSense, which is part of YouTube, and that's how you get paid. I was never able to see any of that. And we had our own separate debit cards that were in the joint account together. Any money that Beck received would go into the same spot that my money went to because, again, it was joint. I didn't have private anything. Again, it's this is probably the one of the
So I think Amber did have a savings account separately because I believe she did say that whenever she gets paid, half of her money would go into savings. Unless her savings was inside the mattress. um,
biggest lies. It has left my jaw on the floor. All right, I don't want to accidentally show any of my other pictures. That'd be hectic. So here we have it, where I say how much money is in the bank. So
okay, so how much money is in the, I guess that says bank.
Have it where I say how much money.
Yes, it says bank. And then it says high. Oh, 50. Good Lord. $57,978.64. So we could take this. Amberlynn is showing us proof, a screenshot of a conversation she had with Beck asking, hey, how much is in the bank? And Beck is showing us, here's a screenshot of what appears to be from like her banking app, their banking app. So if Beck, I don't remember exactly what Beck said, but I do remember Beck saying before that they don't have access to things. Um, but here we are clearly seeing that Beck had access to the checking account and that Amberlynn is asking, hey, how much is in it? Because if Amberlynn had access to the online checking, she would just log in herself. Um, and as far as the access, when you have two people on a checking account, you're both going to have your own debit cards. Then um, I don't know Peep Chop. I haven't gotten to the journals. I don't really know what you're talking about. Um, uh, so here we are seeing proof from Amberlynn that Beck maybe isn't remembering this correctly or was just flat out not telling the truth about this particular situation with being access to the account. But when you have two people on an account, you're each going to have your own card with your own name on it. Because if you go to the store and try to use the card with somebody else's name on it, if they just by chance take your card and then go to card you to see if it's your card, then you won't get to use it.
Is in the bank. So here it says, hi, Rebecca, because this is their account, literally their account right here, which we shared, but I could not get into it. So I have so many screenshots of Beck sending me screenshots of the bank because I couldn't see it. So it's like, let me cross this off on my things that I've talked about because in my notes I don't want to get confused. It's things like that like has left me my jaw on the floor. My like literally. Hold on, let me just take a break.
Literally?
Where did I have this even on here? I can't find it. Oh wait, okay, I talked about this. So I'm gonna cross this off. I just don't want to like repeat anything.
She's all over the place in this, even though she tried to be organized. If she had things on her PC,
oh okay,
where she could pull up screenshots, it would be much better.
Yeah. Okay. And I also put in my notes with that is like my mom stayed with us for like 2 months when I had cancer, and my mom saw our dynamic. And Beck, because I've talked to my mom about this, obviously, because my mom's like just as shocked as I am. My mom saw Beck had their own debit card, literally their own debit card. Like, I don't understand like this crazy weird lie. Like, we can say that like I was abusive and controlling because I was very controlling of their time. And I'm very, very so sorry for that. But never once have I ever been financially abusive.
They were both on the account, Mars. So when you have two people on an account, you can deposit into the account. So you can have a shared checking account. And as long as you have like your routing number and your account number and the names on the account, then you can have your paycheck deposited into that account. So the account was in both of their names. Probably. Or it could just be that Amber was an authorized user on Beck's account. Because, like, my checking account, I have my brother on my checking account. I added my brother to my checking account when I went to South Korea. But we didn't give him a debit card. We could have, but we didn't. Now, if I want to make any major changes to my account, since we're both on my account, I would have to have him there as well. If she's in the account, why couldn't she have the bank app on her phone too? Um, you would have to set up an online account to access it. I don't know what bank they used to know exactly how their bank handles that. I don't know if it goes by email or how that particular bank that they used sets up app or online banking. So
have been equally so bad with money. That's why I have nothing to literally show for anything, because we would
Wait,
spend
say that
so bad with
again.
money, financially abusive. We have been
Oh,
sorry and controlling, because I was very controlling of their time. And I'm very, very so sorry for that. But never once have I ever been financially abusive. We have been equally so bad with money. That's why I have nothing to literally show for anything, because we would spend so much money, the both of us, constant. Like,
when they got together, Peep Chop, because she had her checking account was with Destiny. She had a shared checking account with Destiny. When they broke up, or whenever Amberlynn moved out and moved in with Beck, whatever, Beck added Amberlynn to their checking account instead of Amberlynn opening up a separate checking account of her own. Now, as far as this not being financially abusive, there are many aspects to financial abuse. Amberlynn put Beck into a situation where Amberlynn was the only person bringing in the income. And according to Beck, Amberlynn did not want Beck to go back to work. So then Beck would not have a means of their own income if they wanted to leave the relationship. Now, Amberlynn is saying that because Beck pretty much had free reign over the finances as well, that was not financial abuse. Now, there's several aspects to it. And Amberlynn is missing the ones that point to it.
they were allowed to buy what they want when they wanted. Like, I literally bought them a car. Like, I bought them a car.
That's just love bombing. And just because you bought them a car doesn't mean that there's not financial abuse involved in the relationship. Because you needed the car as well. You needed to have transportation, and Beck was the one with the license that could drive you around. So, I don't think Amberlynn did this to like hold these purchases or hold these things over Beck's head. I don't think she did. I'm not recalling it. But if she did that, then that's another aspect of it. Well, I bought you this. I did this for you. I did this. I'm the one bringing in the income. I'm the one doing this. But I will say we have seen Amberlynn give money very freely to people and buy people things. And that is part of her love bombing people and trying to buy people's affection and buy their friendship. But just because you bought somebody a car doesn't mean that there wasn't financial abuse in the relationship. That's like when you have somebody that's physically abusive on a different abuse scale here, just because they may be, oh, I bought you flowers and I gave you a back rub. Well, it doesn't negate that smacked the crap out of them 2 days before. You know, doing one good thing or one positive thing doesn't negate the other things. They don't cancel each other out. Right.
I'm that type of person where you guys have even seen it. You guys have seen it. You guys have called me out on my shit. I buy love. And I have gotten so much better with that, especially because like the last like 6 years of my life, 7 years of my life, 8 years actually. What am I saying? Like the last like 8 years of my life, like I have bought people with money. I have bought love, I have bought friendships, I have bought laughter, I have bought time with people because of money. And that's how it's always been. I have never been a greedy person when it comes to money. It's almost like I got a kick out of giving people money and like going on shopping sprees and like doing all these sorts of things. So it's like, what?
I think it also comes down to Amber is afraid that people will not want to spend time with her or be with her because of her. But if she offers to buy them something, or, oh, let's go do this, I'll pay, or let me buy you this, let's do this, then they'll spend time with her and they'll want to spend time with her. I think Amberlynn is afraid that people won't like her for her and not want to spend time with her just to spend time with her. So she has to be like, I'll pay for this. I'll pay for this for us. We can go do this. I'll take care of it. I'll buy you this. So she was pretty much buying people's friendship, it seemed. Um, Absolutely with Destiny. Destiny and Dana absolutely took advantage of that. There were other reasons for that as well, but yeah.
I don't know. Speechless. Um, okay. I'm like so behind.
Me
um,
too, Amberlynn. Me too.
when I got with Beck, they had a car,
I think that car broke down,
but they
didn't
wanted
it?
something better. And I said, you know
Oh,
what? Let's do it.
let's do it. Let me buy you a car.
You're crossing out important part of the conversation, so it favors you. No, I'm crossing out like
No.
private stuff. I mean, I guess I can I revert this? Hold on. What is this? I swear I'm like a boomer when it so here. Well, see, I don't want to. I can't show you because then that shows like bank information, private bank information. Ooh. Someone said we haven't learned a damn thing. You have that Beck has lied, and I know a lot of people like. I can't show the bank information, but literally what I crossed out is me talking about is your food cold or gross, or did you just order it? And then I was like, the
How many cars did Beck go through? When they broke up, she was in the car that Amber bought. They were still using the car that Amber bought because when they broke up, Amber was like, "You can take the car. I have no use for it. I can't drive." Um, and then I don't know how many Beck has gone through since breaking up with Amberlynn.
the wax melt thing in the living room is broken and spilling onto the bulb. Did you know that? Here. Ooh. So that's that. I'm sure someone can like screen
Um.
Shauna.
Okay, uh, so Amberlynn is saying you can do that, but you don't have to sleep with them. Don't know what that's in reference to. And then Amberlynn says the wax melt thing in the living room is broken and spilling onto the bulb. Did you know that? And then Beck says, I didn't. And then says, but they want me to stay a night in a few weeks. We are finally about to eat. We just couldn't stop talking. And then Amberlynn says, so your food was like cold and gross, or did you just order it? And then she was asking how much is in the checking account. Um, I don't know what this conversation pertains to. Um, Altogether, I don't know, Sai.
So nothing special there. And then the other one that I had crossed out, like this one's embarrassing. But if we wanted to be truthful here, I feel so embarrassed. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, Mars.
Wait, I'll just zoom in. Okay. I'll just read it. I just want you to know that I was in love with you and I was heartbroken. And I even am now. I wrote this to Beck, by the way. I even am now as
What's the date on this?
I'm realizing I'm losing someone I thought was family. I truly think you are one of the best people I've ever known, and I would be grateful for you till the day I die. You were there for me during the most hardest times of my life. I will continue to be sorry for everything hard I put you through. I will forever miss you, Becky. Truly. So that's awkward. So that's what I had crossed off on that one. Um, All right, so back to my notes. Um,
Back to my
okay.
notes.
So Beck says,
I don't. I'm not gonna comment on that message. I don't really care. I don't know when it was sent. Um, Amberlynn was hurt because Beck left her and then wanted to lash out and hurt Beck. Um, you know, who knows? I don't care.
that they never met Feline or Libby, but that's not true. There's
When did Beck say they didn't meet wifey? It could be in a. It could be in one of Beck's Q and A's that I haven't seen yet because I am behind on a couple of those. But there's video. The last couple of live streams that Beck was in, wifey was sitting off to the side. Beck absolutely met wifey. I don't know when Beck said that, if Beck said that.
video proof of both of those things.
I don't know about Libby.
Beck says that they wiped me. Okay, so
They did.
Beck started wiping me after my hysterectomy, and it continued on after that. This part is embarrassing, and this part I am going to be accountable. Here we go. Accountable Lynn coming in at you.
Right, you're being accountable for needing to have your ass wiped. We all know that this was necessary. These aren't the things that we wanted to hold you accountable for, or you to be accountable for. I mean, because a lot of this was because of the surgery. Hi, Tiny Blue Anthropologist. No, I have not watched Beck's response to this yet because I haven't got through this one yet. But I'm a little behind on some of Beck's videos. I need to try to catch up. I don't have a lot of time to try to catch up with these on stream. Beck didn't say that at all. Yeah, I don't know where Beck would have said that, but again, there were a couple of Beck's Q&As that I haven't watched yet, and I did miss a little bit of the video that Beck did with Casey, Jinx, and Nerfy.
So my hysterectomy. Okay, so wiping. Okay, I'm so embarrassed. Holy fuck.
She is sped up, Peep Chop. I have her on 1.25, unless, yeah, let's put her on 1.5. She is a little slow still. Yeah, Mars. There's so much. There's so much to catch up on, and I just don't have the time. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm not gonna have time to stream tomorrow at all. I'll try to squeeze in something quick on Thursday if I can, but Friday would be when I'm able to finish catching up a little bit.
Wiping for me has always been extremely hard as a bigger.
Well, you're a big girl. Getting that arm around there is going to be a little more difficult. They do make devices like these stick things that you can put toilet paper in to help with that. I know this because my mom was given one after she was in the hospital for leukemia. When she was out in hospice, they gave her one of those basically sticks to put toilet paper on so you can wipe your ass.
Girl, obviously. If you're bigger, my size, it's hard. When I was about to get my hysterectomy, that was a big thing for me that I was like, how am I going to be able to wipe myself? Because it's hard already. I'm not going to be able to. So this is something that I was like, at the time, I was like, Becky, like, are you going to be able to do this for me? Like, I'm really embarrassed about it. And they were like,
I
of course.
agree,
Like, I
Blue
love you.
Anthropologist.
Blah, blah, blah. So when I was healing, I physically could not do it. Like, physically could not do it. And so Beck did it for me. And so did my mom. Me and my mom would laugh about it though, because it was just like, okay, you did this for me as a baby, and now you're doing it for me as an adult. So it was an embarrassing type deal. But so me not being able to wipe for, it was like honestly a few weeks, and already something that was already so hard for me, I kind of lost the.
I would invest in a bidet. I don't know if I'd be able to ask my partner to wipe my ass for me. I really don't.
Ability to do it. I was literally shook Because I remember when I was noticing like my healing was getting better, like everything was going great, like I was able to do all sorts of things again and all this stuff, and like the healing was just going perfect. And I was like, holy fuck, wait a minute, I like have lost the ability to like do this. And
Lost the ability. Did you forget? You have to relearn how to wipe your ass. How do I? Is it over this? Is how? Yeah, I don't want it to either, Peep Chop. It was primarily because of a medical issue. Um, so yeah, I don't want it. I get so tired of people bringing up Beck wiped your ass, Beck wiped your ass. Um, I just get so tired of people bringing that up.
obviously after time I was able to figure that out again, thankfully. But I would say Beck wiped me for, I would say, a good 9 months. And it's really embarrassing.
It's a good chunk of time.
And I know a lot of people are going to forever make this a meme, and that's okay. I also did very embarrassing things for Beck. Like that's what you
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Um, she keeps doing this. Yeah, I did this, I did this. Oh, but Beck did this. She keeps doing this throughout the video, trying to almost either justify or negate her things, which nobody cares what Beck did, really. People, sorry, Sai. I'm so sorry. That was a loud slurp. I didn't even register that. I'm sorry. I know some of you probably can't stand those sounds. Um, but this is supposed to be about Amberlynn being accountable, not her trying to dish or, well, Beck did this, so, but that doesn't make Amberlynn's actions okay. And if Amberlynn did something, that also wouldn't make anything that Beck did okay. You know, the whole, yeah, the crappy treatment. It's, hey, Sagan. There's, they both may have done crappy things to each other in their relationship. We get that. But this is about you, Amberlynn. You taking responsibility for things that you've done. Because you know whatever you say about Beck, people aren't going to believe it. People aren't going to believe that Beck did anything negative unless you have 100% proof of it. But this whole trying to negate thing isn't helping your cause.
do when you're in a 5-year relationship. Like
Hi, Common or Kim.
that is what you are going to do.
Sorry.
Same things for Beck. Like that's what you do when you're in a 5-year relationship. Like that is what you are going to do. Period. You are going to help the person that you love, and you're going to be there for them. You're going to be there for them if you love them. And I'm truly embarrassed about it because moral of the story is it's my fault because of my size. Because if it wasn't for my size, like that would have never have had to happen. And I'm sorry that I would ever put anyone in that sort of situation to have to do that. And I'm forever grateful that like they were there for me during like that fucking scary time. I'm not gonna lie. But then this goes down to people asking like, did Feline do that? No, because like I said, Beck did it for the like because eventually I was able to do it again. And I want to make it very, very clear that that is the only thing they helped me with. Like back in 2019, they got me a bucket with some water twice to like help wash myself because that was
Only twice? Wasn't she bedbound for much longer than like what would require 2 buckets? I don't I don't care. I really don't care. We know that Amberlynn was bedbound for a time. We know that Beck brought her accoutrements to bathe. Um, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
was during a hard time as well. But never ever once did I have them bathe me, shower me.
And yeah, tiny blue anthropologist. I I don't think Amberlynn knows what accountability is either. She is doing the yes, I did this, but it's like we don't need the but.
That never happened. And if it did, I would tell you because I just told you the most embarrassing thing. Like if someone had like a gun to my head and said, "What is your biggest secret ever?" It would have been that. I had a partner who wiped me for 9 months.
I thought so too, Lizzie. Kim just said it was for the whole year. I don't know if it was the whole year, um, but at least for a month or two, at least. Um, so I don't. Maybe somebody else brought her the bucket of water. So this, this I don't know. This one seems a bit weird to me.
Um, that is embarrassing, and I see a lot of people making fun of me. I knew that was gonna happen. That's I guess that's fine. Okay. Um. Okay. So another thing, Beck said how I always went through their phone, and how I would never let them go through mine. Half of that is true. Half of that is not true. So something I was really bad with due to like trust issues, but it doesn't even matter otherwise. We're not gonna even just erase that I just said that. Um, I would go through Beck's phone. Yes, and I also did it to past partners as well. Um,
It's a control and a trust issue, which we know Amberlynn has, which doesn't make it okay. Um, but that's a control issue. Some people in relationships don't care. They just let their partners go through their phone, just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But some people demand, let me see your phone. Again, my ex girlfriend uh, would do that. And she got pissed that I wouldn't give her access to my work cell phone. Yeah, I agree, Tiny Blue Anthropologist. Um, so Peep Chop, the being bedbound was before her surgery. She was bedbound in 2019 because she'd gained so much weight. I don't know if she just could never ever leave the bed, or if she just left it very very seldomly. Um, but 2019 was before I believe was before the surgery. I think the surgery and the cancer was 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, I think the cancer was 2020.
not a good look. Very not a good look. I was always. I'm not even gonna say why. It doesn't matter why. I did it, and I'm sorry. That's controlling. That's wrong. That's it's
Yes,
wrong. Point
good
blank.
job.
Period. I should not have ever done that. Like there's no reason. Like there's no reason. But the part about Beck saying they were never allowed to go through my phone, they were never allowed to read my journals is a lie. I have proof. A very old journal. And if you guys know, you guys know. If you watch my vlogs, you guys know I've showed this like a million times before. So this journal is from June 18th, 2021 to December 9th, 2021, and I have showed this in multiple vlogs. So this isn't like a fake story time.
So this would be right after the breakup? Because didn't they break up in early June of 2021?
Nothing like that. I saved the spot and everything. On July 24th of 2021, I wrote this. I think I'm done reading this journal to Becky. This shit has gotten kind of deep, and I want to go even deeper. There are some things I don't want Becky knowing, mainly because I'm embarrassed. I want to be able to write in this journal as if it's absolutely no one is going to read it. This is the best way to write. I haven't told Becky she will no longer be reading this journal, but I should probably tell her soon. I just kind of feel bad about it, even though I shouldn't. So obviously, I don't want to.
So yeah, she didn't change Becky to Beck there. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is from several years ago. It's not a screenshot or a screen cap, but it is a captured moment in time that she had written things down. Um, yeah, I mean, you can lie in a journal, but I don't know why she would lie about something in the journal, uh, trying to trying to plan 4 years from now. Beck's going to say that they didn't have access to my journal. I mean, we can either take it at face value or not. That's up to the watcher to decide if you want to believe Amber's entry or not. But Amber did say that she was reading it to Beck, not that Beck was reading it. So I think she said that I'm not reading this to Beck. So it sounds like it was like a story time. Let me read you my journal. Kim says I can only mention my SMO ex. He had laparoscopic gallbladder removal. He excused himself for 6 weeks of no showering until I had to threaten to get APS to decide he needed a shower. I had gallbladder surgery and I was showering after my surgery. She rewrites the story for herself in the moment. You know, people can believe what they want to believe. I'm going to take it at face value that this is what she wrote at this time. I know I saw some people in chat also saying, "Oh, it's a fake screenshot." I said this last time. Do we really think Amber's going to learn how to fake a screenshot when she doesn't even want to learn how to use a simple streaming application like StreamYard? I don't think so.
Show you guys what else it says in here. So I took a screenshot of the thing of the actual page, but I took out everything else. So again, July 24th, 2021, and this is when I started meeting Feline. So I was like writing things about Feline, and I was like, this is awkward. Why would I let Becky read this? So here's the actual page.
I think I am done reading this journal to Beck. This shit has gotten kinda deep, and I want to go even deeper. I haven't told Beck that she will no longer be reading this journal. But I should probably tell her soon. I just kind of feel bad about it, even though I shouldn't. I don't.
Like a lot of people like.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every week. Done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor. Fresh, never frozen meals.
Or like, Amberlynn, if you're gonna come on here, we need some sort of proof. So I'm trying to give you, like, obviously I can't show proof of everything under the sun. Like, that's not possible. But the things that I can get.
If you're in a relationship and you're keeping receipts on your partner just in case for future, that's not a great relationship. But Amberlynn, no, that date is not before she met Wifey. She met Wifey right after the breakup. This was July 24th. She said the date on this entry was July 24th, 2021. She met Wifey in mid-June because she met Wifey like a week after the breakup. And I believe they broke up in like the first week of June, I want to say. And she was talking to Wifey like a week later.
Give proof, like I'm trying my very hardest. Someone said your handwriting sucks. Sorry.
I think her handwriting's fine.
So the red is just.
You heard the June because she was giving the dates of the journal. The journal started June 18th was when the journal started, but the date of the entry, you can see it up top there on the screen, July 24th.
Me blocking out stuff that, you guys, that's embarrassing. I can't show the whole journal entry. Like, it's a journal for a reason. This is just like the entry from that I'm just trying to show you.
Please, Amber, for the love of God, learn how to use StreamYard or something. So Amber just keeps her phones, and all of the text messages are in the phones. And I believe on Apple devices, you can access your entire history of messages through like iMessage or whatever. I think I don't have I don't have Apple devices, so I can't confirm that. American handwriting is bad. Some Americans have nice handwriting. Mine looks like a 5-year-old.
From July 24th. Like, what am I supposed? Like, literally, that is the. Like,
How's the British handwriting, Mars? Show us your handwriting. My handwriting in Russian was a lot neater than my English handwriting. Back in college, I had better handwriting because I took so many handwritten notes. Yeah, Kim, for a lefty, Amber has really nice handwriting for a lefty. My best friend is a lefty, and his handwriting is not great.
I don't know what to tell. Like, I've showed this so many times, I can't even count. Hold on. You guys are making me.
I'm not making you do shit.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you guys just want to see the whole page?
Not really.
Like, I'm so embarrassed right now. I'm literally talking shit about myself in this. Yes. Like, if this was back in, they were like, I have a journal entry to prove that Amberlynn did this. Like, people would be eating that up, like, literally. Okay. So.
Probably calligraphy side.
Feline, obviously.
Yeah, we had handwriting back when I was in, like, grade school and stuff, but some people just naturally just don't have very nice handwriting.
I said, I'm seriously so confused about my emotions right now. I like Feline more than I thought I would. So when she randomly said she wants to be single because she can't commit, my heart dropped. This is some tea. I just don't understand because everything we do is like we're in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship either, but I also don't want her talking to anyone else. I'm pretty sure she feels the same way. I'm also confused because it seems like she wants to meet me sooner than I had expected. I'm just not ready for that. There's so many things I need to change and improve before we can even plan it. I don't feel like the person I am, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm worthy of love and attraction and sex, but then I remember who I really am and what I look like, and I lose all of that. I'm fat, I feel gross, I'm unhealthy, and the list goes on. This is embarrassing.
I can relate, girly. I can relate.
No one is gonna want me the way I am now. God, so I need to change. I fucked up by being in such a rut for so many years of my life. I regret it all so much. I hate that I cannot experience the shit I want to experience, all because of my weight. It has literally ruined everything. And then in my next paragraph, that is when I wrote about, here it is, the full shabam. So that was just me trying to prove to you guys that, like,
she's reading it because people wanted to see the entire page.
Beck got to read my stuff. Beck got to read my full-fledged journal entries, even though they were telling everyone that they didn't. Like, does that make sense? Like, Beck is telling people that they had no control over the bank, but I'm the one who didn't. I'm the one who didn't. Like, I needed to ask them to look at the bank. Like, how much money do we have in the bank? I never would know.
So there's two different situations here. Beck had access to letting you know what was in the account, but you're the one that held the purse strings. So Kim, I actually misheard her. It did say in writing. I'm not going to let Beck read this journal anymore. I misheard her. With the checking account, Amberlynn just didn't have access to checking the account. Beck had access to that. But Amberlynn, like I just said, was the one holding the purse strings. Just like you may have a married couple where maybe the husband is the one that's the breadwinner that's bringing in all of the income, but the wife is maybe the one that handles all of the finances. Right? That's kind of a similar situation here. Beck didn't handle the finances, but Beck was the one that had access to check it. No, I think it.
So it's like at the I'm the one. Does that read?
Yeah, she says here, I think I'm done reading this journal to Beck, but then at the bottom of it, um,
So the red is just me blocking out stuff that, you guys, that's embarrassing. I can't show the whole journal entry. Like, it's a journal for a reason. This is just like the entry from.
hold it still. Fuck. Okay. I mean, God. I can't pause it to read it if you're moving the goddamn phone all over the fucking place. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, she does say at the beginning, I think I'm done reading this journal to Beck. And then further down, she says, I haven't told Beck they will no longer be reading this journal, but I should probably tell them soon. So we're getting two different things here. She's saying that she's reading it to Beck, but then also Beck is reading it. Both, maybe? She did, yes, she did mention it, Tiny Blue Anthropologist. She said that when Amber and Destiny broke up and she got with Beck added Amberlynn to Beck's checking account. So it was Beck's account first, and Amberlynn was added to it. Amberlynn said that earlier. Sagan says Beck and her had broken up by this point, though, right? Yes, they had broken up. I don't know why she's letting Beck read the journal. I don't understand. I don't have to understand. I really don't care. I don't care.
They didn't. Like, does that make sense? Like,
no.
Beck is telling people that they had no control over the bank, but I'm the one who didn't.
They didn't have control over the finances, is what they didn't have control over.
I'm the one who didn't. Like, I needed to ask them to look at the bank. Like, how much money do we have in the bank? I never would know.
But you were still the one bringing in the income that controlled the income.
So it's like they're allowed to like lie about stuff because the tea is piping. The tea is hot.
Now, so just because Amberlynn was the one that controlled the income, Beck did have access. So Beck did have access to the account because it was Beck's account to begin with. So of course Beck had access to it, and Beck had a card to use the account. So it wasn't like Beck had zero access to any money. And Amberlynn had said many, many times, even during the relationship, that her money was Beck's money, and Beck had free access to it. Now, knowing the kind of person that Beck kind of is, I wouldn't see Beck being a kind of person that would just willy-nilly spend the money, right? But the whole point of Amberlynn talking about this is because Beck said that Amberlynn took the inheritance from Beck's mother's passing. What Amberlynn is trying to prove here is that the check from that was deposited into their joint banking account, which even Beck said. Beck said that it was deposited into their joint banking account. But then Beck tried to clarify in a comment on their video that Amber made them transfer it to Amber, but Amber only had one checking account. Unless they meant a separate savings account. We're pretty sure Amberlynn had a savings account. But Amberlynn's trying to prove the point here that Beck had complete access to the account. I wasn't keeping the inheritance money from them. They had access to it. That's what Amberlynn is trying to prove here. Amberlynn is trying to prove that she didn't take anything from Beck because Beck had access to the money completely and could spend and use it however they wanted. That's what she's very poorly trying to point out here.
Um, like yes, I would also let Beck look for my through my phone, but I don't think they ever actually asked. Maybe like once, and I was just like, sure.
I don't think she did, Tiny Blue. Um, I I believe um she had a savings account because she only had the account with Destiny whenever they moved to Kentucky, and then whenever they broke up, she moved on to Beck's account. I don't think Amber had her own account in Kentucky until she and Beck broke up. I don't have any proof of her having a separate account. So, unless we have actual proof of Amberlynn having the second account, more than just Beck saying Amberlynn had a second account, because, like I mentioned last video, everybody's taking everything that Beck says at face value with zero proof, but they want Amberlynn to have 100% proof of everything. And even if Amberlynn shows a screenshot or shows something, people don't believe her. We need to hold everybody to the same standards.
Like very much that. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Okay, let me cross this off in my notes. So one of the hardest okay, so after we broke up, we had mutual friends, obviously, and I found out a lot of things that I did not know about, actually, that made sense, and it like added up for me, obviously. But behind my
So I think this was where I had to go to bed, because I don't remember this from her stream on Thursday, because she started her stream very late and I had to go to bed, so I missed, I think, from this point on.
back, like Beck admitted to using me for money, and that is the only reason why they were with me. And
which is a shitty thing to do to someone, so Beck would be very shitty for that.
oh, this part like really hurt me. Beck literally called me a fat fucking bitch, and that genuinely shocked me. And obviously you guys probably know who the mutual friends are, let's be real. But like,
Well,
Beck would like during an argument would say kind of harsh things, obviously, but never like vulgar.
but are you going to show proof of these things?
But like after, sorry, I have so much on my brain trying to read the chat and then trying to read this. Dan, no, I'm trying very hard to respect pronouns. It's very important. So when I heard like using me for money, like low key, it felt like it made sense to me, because I would tell them like, get a job. Like I could tell you're bored, because once we moved from the home where we had roommates and we were living with friends, like obviously it was different. Like we always had something to do. But when it was just me and Beck, like I was like, get a job. Like, are you joking? And so they tried Uber, but they only did it like twice. And I'm like, and I always tried to be super like, what's the word? What word am I looking for?
Supportive. So here we are getting two different narratives. We've heard from Beck. Beck said that Amberlynn would not let them get a job. They would guilt them into not working, not having a job. Amberlynn is saying that she encouraged Beck to get a job, and and Beck did Uber twice and then stopped. And then
Uber.
she's gonna say some more here, I think. I do remember this.
I always try to be super supportive with their passions. Like I bought them all kinds of like this art stuff so they could start an art business, and I really wanted to help them with that. And like I tried so hard to be like, Beck, like you got this, like you can do anything like that you put your mind to. And
so she's trying to establish I was a supportive girlfriend.
And they just didn't. And I genuinely
Beck, in my opinion, lacks motivation and drive, and some of that could be from mental health issues.
don't understand.
I also think Beck was probably depressed during this relationship, which would contribute to lack of motivation. No way Amber would want Beck out of the house from 9 to 5. Yeah. I don't it really is one or the other. Who do you want to believe, right? Right, Amber said that she wanted all of Beck's time. And then also with Amberlynn's trust issues, especially with Destiny basically leaving Amberlynn for a coworker. Amberlynn's going to have that little niggling thought in the back of the mind, probably, of what if Beck meets somebody at work. But with Uber, Beck could maybe be at home or near home and just take orders and go do the orders and then come back. Or even Amberlynn could go with Beck on Uber Eats orders. Or did she say Uber or Uber Eats? I think she said Uber, but
Understand, like, why not? Like,
Amberlynn has said recently, I think it was in a members live maybe, that when she's like, well, get a job, and Beck would say something like, I don't want to flip burgers the rest of my life. Which I could see Beck saying something like that, but, you know.
hold on, I'm behind on a lot of things. Okay, let me take off that part.
Yeah, Kim. Destiny did bring that up. Whenever Amberlynn started to have trust issues with Destiny, she wanted Destiny to always be on the phone with her during lunch, and that would be Amberlynn's controlling behaviors coming into play, and her untrusting of her partners. So Amberlynn was not a great partner to any of these past relationships. And if she were truly trying to be accountable, she wouldn't keep trying to bring up things about Beck. I did this, well, but Beck did this, but Beck did this. And she's, I don't know, I would have just gone about this a very different way. It's very disorganized, very disjointed, and all these things. Yeah, Uber. I thought, my brain heard Uber Eats because Amber would always order Uber Eats, I think. But I think she did just say Uber. So, sorry, I'm getting notifications popping up. Yeah, being a passenger made her swelling happen. Yeah. So we did not make it very far. I am so sorry that I am taking so long to get through Amber's live stream. This is a slog, and I'm sorry. If I would listen to Lizzie and Sai and just shut up, we could get through it quicker. But since this is going to be a longer endeavor, I'm sorry. We are going to quickly switch over to Amberlynn's video that she uploaded today. And she may even talk about things that came up during this live stream, but that's okay. We're gonna flip over because I only have myself scheduled to stream until 6:30 p.m. today. That's right, Aaron, not you. You're a good one. So we'll get through her live stream eventually, I promise. And then we need to catch up on Beck. I just being out of town for work for a few days really put me behind a little bit. How dare I travel for work? And then how dare I have 2 jobs that I have to keep up with during the week? Yeah, laugh it up, wifey, laugh it up. So, let me... So, just overall, so far in that Breaking My Silence stream, Amberlynn isn't doing a great job. She's not doing a great job of being accountable, and just not doing a great job of trying to counter things. It's just not a good look so far in that video. But we have her video that she uploaded a little bit earlier Was this yesterday? Was this yesterday's video? Bye, Peep Chop. I hope you have a good night. Was this uploaded yesterday or was this uploaded today? I'm sorry, my days run together. Yesterday. This was uploaded yesterday. Alright, it is titled Torrid Try-On Haul. Are mukbangs coming back? And the 9 BPD criteria traits. Sparkles! And it's gonna be a vlog. Somebody on Instagram wants to send me a message. Do I have somebody trying to slide into my DMs? Put my phone over there to charge. Peep Chop doesn't want to be put in timeout. Alright. Ooh, my tummy made a weird grumbly noise. I hope you didn't hear that. So normally, let me pull up my other browser here. Because I do like to, God, I hate seeing myself on camera. I do like to do a comparison for like a who wore it better. So we're going to pull up Torrid. I also like to keep track of how much things cost. And I haven't been able to do that lately because I haven't been doing recorded videos. But we can do it live. It's all good. All right. All right, let's get into it.
All right, you guys, I am not vlogging today, but I did promise you I would give you guys a day-by-day update on this build that I am doing. So,
hello, Squid Mutt. I'm very late today, but I'm finding it hard to even consider believing anything Amber says. The least you could do is present a well-constructed argument, even if it is BS. Yeah, she hasn't been presenting the video very well. I would have structured it and done it a lot differently. But that's me. Libby wore it better. Pfft. Let me get my mesh shirt that I bought for that video that I've yet to record. Very soon you too can have your very own grab onto my chonk. I'm going to make the merch live. I'm going to try to do it today. I just haven't gotten around to signing in.
in total, there is 584 steps. I am currently on step 151. And this is how it is looking.
That's
absolutely
a biggin'.
Insane. Like, what? How have I done this?
Like, what? What?
I really don't know. There it is.
Next day, March 1st.
Hello. So it is March 1st. As you guys saw, I did not vlog yesterday. I did give you a build update though. So yesterday my mom asked if I wanted to go to bingo, and like I was just debating all day long, and I was like, no. I felt bad because I could tell she wanted me to go, but like I have zero energy. Like ever since I got COVID, like my whole body and mind has just like changed. I have not been able to like gain my energy, stamina. Like my brain is still foggy. My breathing is worse than ever. Like it's not the greatest feeling. So then she called me again today and she was like, we're going to bingo. Do you want to go tonight? So since I said no to last night, I was like, you know what, Mom? Yes, I will go. So I'm gonna go to bingo. This is like the first time that I went and have done anything in almost a month. So I'm really excited to see my mom and hang out with her. And I know a lot of you was actually worried about her thinking that she got COVID because I told you guys that she ended up messaging me saying that she doesn't feel well. Well, she took 2 COVID tests and they were both negative, and she
Good. Don't want Mama Lynn to get COVID again. Glad Mama Lynn's doing all right.
just was feeling under the weather. She feels a lot better now, so that's good. Thankfully, we're going to a bingo hall that actually has really good events. So like the cigarette smoke isn't as intense because I'm telling you, my lungs do not need that. Like I have not.
I'm really surprised they allow people to smoke inside of the bingo hall. That's usually not allowed.
Vaped in over a month. Like it's been a long time. Maybe like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Probably since she got COVID at least. I don't think it's been 5 weeks or 6 weeks because I think she told us during one of her members' lives that she had been vaping on Fridays.
And I don't plan on doing it again for like a hot minute because I'm telling you, like, my breathing is already so bad. And I know that on days where I vape more than usual, like, my breathing is kind of hecticana. So it's like, I need to just stay away from that.
What? Wait.
Hey, Mama Lynn, look at all those bingo daubs. You got a
So it's like,
you
I
got a
need to just
bingo
stay away
on
from
there?
that.
What?
We got a bingo on there? I don't know, Mama Lynn. How you doing? You winning big? My brother won at the casino the other night. He sent me a picture of his slot machine.
Wait.
How you doing over there, Mama Lynn's boyfriend? I don't know.
I won at bingo, but here's the build update. Day 4, I'm on step 181 out of 584 steps, and this is how it looks so far.
Making progress?
Hello. So it is the next day. It is March 2nd. So I actually saw my mom for a bit today, but I did not vlog that. I've had a pretty decent day, and if you guys hear noises in the background, it's because I'm currently drying some clothing. This is a big box because I'm actually fixing to like remodel, for the
I'm fixing.
lack of a better word, out with the old and with the new, a lot of like my kitchen stuff, so I might vlog some of that. We'll see. So as you guys probably remember, I got recommended by a professional 2 borderline personality disorder books, and instead of doing both at the same time because I don't want to get overwhelmed on top of doing therapy, I decided to start with this one. And as you guys know, I want to keep therapy sacred to myself, but I do want to share my struggles with borderline personality disorder because I struggle bad, and that is a very big part of me, and I want to be very transparent in my journey of like healing that part of me. So we're going to talk about chapter 1 today. So chapter 1 is called BPD 101, and some quotes from it that I want to read are: most people misunderstand what borderline personality disorder is and how it impacts people's lives, which
Is her volume okay for you guys, by the way? I'm sorry, I forgot to check.
very true. It's not just the lives of the person that has it, but it's also like the lives of the people around that person. Also, something else it says is getting a clear picture of your BPD is a start of a journey of self-exploration, which will allow you to grow beyond your BPD, and that change is possible. It says that many individuals who meet the criteria for BPD can look back at their childhood and adolescence and see the beginning of the symptoms and patterns, which is so beyond true. Like, I look back and realize that like at the age of 16, I was struggling. So there's 9 criteria listed, and an individual needs to meet at least 5 of them to be diagnosed and qualify for the diagnosis of
I just spit soda on myself. I need a bib, I swear to God. It's low for Psy. I did turn it up a smidge.
of borderline personality disorder. I'm going to read the 9 to you, and then I'm going to tell you guys which ones that I have. So number 1 is frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. 2, a pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. 3, identity disturbance, markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self. My dryer just went off. Hold on a second. Number
It's low for you, Tiny Blue.
4 is impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially
My audio is low too. My audio should be fine. That might just be on your end, because I'm hitting the yellow for my audio, and I have Amber as loud as I can possibly have her now.
self-damaging. For example, spending, sex, substance abuse. Oh, hold on a second. Number 4 is impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. For example, spending, sex, substance abuse, reckless driving, binge eating. Number
She has she meets that.
5 is reoccurrent suicidal behavior, gestures or threats, or self-mutilating behavior.
Doesn't
Number
have that
6
one.
is affective instability
Oh, hi, zombies now.
due to a marked reactivity of mood. So for example, intense episodic dysphoria, irritability, or anxiety usually lasting a few hours.
Is it? I think I've asked you this before, and I'm so sorry. Is it zombie a snow? Zombie as now? Zombie as snow? Zombie as now? How do I break that up?
And only rarely more than a few days. Number 7 is chronic feelings of emptiness. Number
Sorry,
2,
I wasn't listening.
So for example, intense episodic dysphoria, irritability, or anxiety usually lasting a few hours and only rarely more than a few days. Number 7 is chronic feelings of emptiness. Number 8 is inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. For example, frequent displays of temper, constant anger, reoccurrent physical fights. So the last one, which is number 9, transient stress-related paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. And out of the 9, I have all 9. But there is one.
I don't believe you have all 9. I don't believe that for 1 second. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm not in Amberlynn's head, but I don't believe for 1 second that she has all 9. I would say maybe 5 or 6, based on what I'm hearing and what I know of Amberlynn. I don't know, Mars, because that's the one that I was thinking. She hasn't exhibited any signs of self-harm or suicidal. Sorry, YouTube. Sui. Self-harm. Just say self-harm. She hasn't shown any thoughts of unaliving or any of these things. So that's the one that I would press X to doubt on, and another one as well. But I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I don't believe she meets all 9. I don't think she's like a perfect BPD candidate. I don't think that. I think she's trying to shoehorn. Yeah. Yeah, the excoriation would not count.
One that I even questioned marking off because it's so low, like on the totem pole. So next, but there
Say that again.
Or severe dissociative symptoms. And out of the 9, I have all 9. But there
again,
is one that I even questioned marking off because it's so low, like on the totem pole. So next part of this chapter was talking about.
And that would be the self-harm one. Does she count the obesity as? It could be, but that was already kind of included in a previous one when it talked about the behaviors of like binge eating or shopping or sex or drugs or whatever. So I don't believe she has all 9. But again, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a bitch with a microphone.
How BPD is a spectrum. It says in here that the intensity and severity of each part of the criteria is unique to each person. So I had to answer a ton of questions.
I think if you look at these for BPD, I think everybody could be like, oh, this, and then mark themselves as like a 1. I think everybody at some point in time in their life has experienced every one of these things, but they aren't part of their core behaviors. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't think she's dissociative. And yeah, I don't.
Questions to see like where you fall on the spectrum, and I fell on extreme. You're supposed to circle, is this statement for you mild, moderate, severe, or extreme? Gave a ton of statements. So like one that I circled extreme on was frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. There was quite a few.
Well, yeah, that one would be extreme. Amberlynn has shown that.
That I circled extreme and severe on. Actually, I circled severe and extreme on every single one except for one. And then another part of this chapter was just like a Q&A. So
I'm gonna have to call BS on this. Now, again, I've said this many times. Going to therapy or psychology or seeing any kind of professional that rely on self-reporting, if you're not being honest and truthful, then you're only hurting yourself. They can only help you as much as you allow them to by being honest with them. And if Amberlynn is exaggerating her experiences and how she feels about these things, then it's not going to be good for anybody, right? They're going to be trying to treat somebody with a more extreme case of BBD or more extreme behaviors than what Amberlynn has. So I do think she probably has BPD. I do think that she was probably diagnosed with it back in 2023, but I don't think she meets all 9 criteria. In my unprofessional, bitch with a microphone opinion, that's. Yeah, I think what angers more BPD diagnosed people is that she's weaponized. Right, Kim, and we've all been saying this to her for a while, that it's not an excuse.
Obviously, I'm not going to read all of my answers to you guys because some of them are personal, but one of them I can read to you guys just so you guys can like understand me a little bit more. In what part or parts of your life, for example, relationship with family and friends, work, how you see yourself, and so on, do these symptoms cause the greatest problems? When I'm in a romantic relationship with someone, it is the worst. So that's where it causes the greatest problems. But it has caused problems with family/friends as well. So it's very rare that it causes problems within my family, thankfully. But like if I have a friendship where I'm extremely close to them and I see them like a lot, it can definitely cause problems in that friendship. And obviously when it comes to a partner, because I am talking to them a lot and they become almost like someone I'm reliant on. And I know that's.
Sorry, I missed part of that. I just don't. I mean, again, granted, not in Amberlynn's head. Don't know what she's thinking, don't know what she's feeling. And we're just seeing her through the lens of YouTube, right? But man, all 9, I don't know, man.
And I see them like a lot, it can definitely cause problems in that friendship. And
yeah, I mean, anybody with BPD that's undiagnosed, you're going to have issues with your interpersonal relationships because you're not going to be able to interact with the people in your life in a healthy way. So yeah, I mean, it's going to cause issues with relationships with people in your life. Let's see, speculation. Why Amber had taking pills, anxiety because she exaggerated symptoms and she knows this. I'm sorry, I don't quite follow that. She was taking anxiety pills because she was exaggerating symptoms. Amber may have anxiety. She probably does have anxiety. I don't fucking know. Anxiety can develop over time as well. I think a lot of people after lockdown developed a little bit of agoraphobia and like anxiety.
And obviously when it comes to a partner, because I am talking to them a lot and they become almost like someone I'm reliant on. And I know that's also due to my BPD. When I say reliant, I mean I'm reliant on them like mentally, emotionally, due to like the fear of abandonment, which is really where BPD is like rooted from. And the last thing.
Yeah, she gets very, very attached very, very quickly. And that person becomes her entire world. She becomes very dependent on that person for emotional support, for mental support, in some cases, possibly physical support whenever it came to Beck. But, yeah.
I want to share is a quote from here. Feeling alone is very common for people with BPD, so common that it's in the criterion, which in parentheses it says chronic feelings of emptiness, but you're not alone. Approximately 18 million or nearly 6% of adults in the United States have been diagnosed with BPD. That shocked me. And it definitely.
It's a lot of people with BPD. But again, most people aren't going to have all 9 of these criteria for BPD. Having 9, I would say, is very, very rare, in my opinion. Granted, you know what? Let's just Google this. What does the Googles have to say? How common is it to have all 9? Wow, I can't type. All 9 criteria for BPD. So looking here, so what I'm seeing here, So the DSM-5. But trying to see how common. No, AI overview. I don't want an AI overview. I want National Education Alliance for Borderline Personality Disorder. So this just gives a quick overview. Fear of abandonment. We know Amberlynn has that. Unstable or changing relationships. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of seen that. Unstable self-image, struggles with identity. We do see that for Amberlynn, because she doesn't. We're always saying she doesn't know who she is. Impulsive or self-damaging behavior, yes. Unaliving behavior or self-injury. We haven't seen that, and she hasn't talked about that. Varied or random mood swings. Yeah. Constant feelings of worthlessness or sadness. Possibly. Problems with anger, including frequent loss of temper or physical fights. I don't know about that one. Have we seen that one? Stress-related paranoia or loss of contact with reality. People are always saying that Amberlynn's delusional. I don't know. Looking at this list, what do you guys think? I see 6 for sure, probably, in my, again, bitch with a microphone opinion. But again, it's all... This is all reliant on her self-reporting to her mental health professional. And whatever she tells them is what they're going to try to help her with, right? So... Let's see, Kim says, my speculation why she did not take her prescribed pills, because she knew she exaggerated her symptoms to get the diagnosis. For anxiety? I don't know. Oh, she had anxiety taking pills. Well, so I think the medication she was on before was for bipolar disorder. So I don't know if the medication for bipolar disorder would have helped her or hurt her if she doesn't actually have bipolar disorder. Right? So if she actually doesn't have bipolar disorder, the medication may have been doing her more harm than good. However, whenever she would have kind of, quote, manic swings and other things, you know, it's kind of funny. She hasn't had those swings anymore. Is self-harm not eating yourself to 572 lbs? I think that's other issues, but it does mention the binge eating and the impulsive or self-damaging behavior. I don't think unaliving behavior or self-injury, that's not what would be considered self-harm in this instance. That would be like cutting yourself or purposely harming yourself in other ways. The eating would not be considered that. Let's see. Kim says the DSM-5 cross-pollinate similar symptoms, so it would take a professional and comprehensive testings to create to create rule-outs and to ensure a person is not hedging the test. Yeah, it's so again, it's all going to rely on Amberlynn self-reporting to her mental health professional. I mean, looking at this list here, maybe, again, I'm not in Amberlynn's head or mind. We have seen the excoriation. She has that mark on her chest up here. I think she got injured here and she was picking at it. And then where she hit her arm on the cabinet, it's not healing as quickly because she keeps picking at it. So she is still picking at things. I don't know. Not my place. I don't care.
Definitely made me feel less alone. And this first chapter was honestly so just like validating. Like I've already done the whole criteria thing because when I was diagnosed, I had to go through all that. But it's like just doing it again and like thinking of it differently with like a whole different mind frame. I'm able to be more like transparent with myself because I'm not ashamed anymore. For the longest time, like I was ashamed. That's why when people would be like, Amberlynn, I think you have borderline personality disorder, like I would become so defensive. Like I don't understand why. I don't know why anyone would ever be ashamed or
Because you didn't want to think there was anything wrong with you. Which, if you didn't have BPD, then that would just make you an absolutely shit person. So I guess maybe luckily you have BPD?
embarrassed of something that they went through that caused them to have this. Like it's not your fault. Like so if you're watching and you're struggling and you have any sort of like shame or embarrassment, don't. Simply don't. All right, you guys, we're gonna do a taste test.
Right. I mean, Amberlynn is finally taking the step to work with a mental health professional, which I applaud. I'm glad she's finally taking that step because she can't do it on her own. Now I want to see her take the steps to get better physically, right? Once the mental health starts to come into place, then she can work on her physical well-being. I mean, like I've said many, many times, I want to see Amberlynn succeed. I want to see her become a better version of herself. And she can't do that on her own right now, right? So hopefully these professionals and being able to do these things will help her be better. As Melania Trump would have said, 5 years ago, be best.
It is these duos beef jerky situation type deal. It's a feed your sweet side and feed your spicy side, mango and jalapeno beef jerky. So I am a little nervous. Wait.
I'm a little nervous.
What's the date on this? Oh, okay. Not until 2026. It's because I've had this for a while now. But I was feeling a little snacky.
She did buy it, a month ago?
Why not try this? Ooh, that smells so good. Stop right now. So this is what it looks like. I feel like my taster isn't like 100% perfect ever since I had COVID, but I'm not tasting mango. I'm not tasting jalapeno. What is happening? I like
I don't know.
beef jerky. There might be like a little sweet.
Maybe she doesn't have her sense of taste fully back yet. I don't know if I would like that. I don't know. Stick your nose in the bottle of Pine Sol again.
But it's very faint. Let me try another piece. No. No spice. The sweet is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like 1. I mean, regardless, it's good, but like, I have no idea what's happening. All right, you guys, day 5. Like I said, I'm going to do daily updates on this. I'm on step 218 on this build that I am doing.
This is a very intricate build for this car. That's actually really cool. I don't know what brand she said this was.
And this is how it is looking.
That's actually really nice. I really like that. Very intricate.
Absolutely intense. I have had so many difficulties. I've had so many struggles where a piece wouldn't go in, or I thought I messed up, or something just wasn't going right. Well, it has been a challenge, but it has been a rewarding challenge.
I like the shocks up there. I think the way they did the shocks is pretty cool.
Hello. So it is March 3rd.
Ooh, what's this look? This is a very tropical kind of look, but is that it's a Nightmare Before Christmas look. Okay, I just saw the green and the green earrings and the eye. It's like, ooh, our girl's popping off today.
3rd, and I literally just remembered as I was putting away some of my clothing that I forgot to like actually do the Torrid try on haul. So my actual Torrid haul was a few vlogs ago, but we're gonna try on those clothes now and see if they fit. All right, first things first is this dress.
Stop picking at your clothes. So she's not a floral girly, but we have the floral, let's see, rose short sleeve shirt. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know what this shirt is, so I'm not going to be able to look it up. Let me see. Do a quick... Oh, there's undies. Probably won't be able to find it, because I don't know what kind of shirt it is. Doesn't look bad. She's not a floral girly, but she tends to buy a lot of things with roses on them, I've noticed. So she might not be a floral girly, but she likes roses. She got a girl in the DMs. Halloween came early. You know, she could be talking to someone. We all speculate that she is. We don't know. And she's not going to tell us. But if we see her start being happier and kind of having this little glow about her, that's when we'll know.
Dress, the sleeves are so cute actually, and I really like the cut of it. I like how it goes up right there, and it is a little see-through in the boobage area, but I am no prude, so I am okay with that. We do have pockets, which we love. I love how tight it is.
Goodness, got a... I don't know. I mean, it has pockets. Great. Was this a dress?
Here, and then a little loose here. And then as we back up, this is what it looks like. Has like a little frilly on the bottom here, just like it does on the sleeves. So it actually fits me pretty well, to be honest. I really like how it looks from the front, but from the side, it's kind of meh, because it does have stitching on the bottom here that makes it go in on the bottom, and I don't really care for that. So next is the Mean Girls. Why are
I love that she bought this shirt. It cracks me up.
you so obsessed with me? I thought
She asks every reaction channel this question. Why are you so obsessed with me? I do think this shirt's funny.
this sweater was literally perfect.
I think it looks good on her. I'm not a pink kind of girl, but with the hair down like this, I think it looks nice. I think it's funny too.
1, love the color pink. 2, love the movie Mean Girls. And 3, that is a question I ask all
I've never seen it, which will be no surprise to Sai.
the time. So first things first, the inside of this is like the softest thing I have ever felt. So when we back up here, we can see that it's actually a really good length. I find with my body type and the way that Torrid is, sometimes things run super short and it can be like this.
Sometimes things get caught on the butt. I feel ya. Sometimes things get caught on the butt. I have that problem too, Amberlynn. Things get caught on the butt sometimes. I'm not going to be able to find these things, so... You think all of her clothes are made as dresses? So she buys dresses to wear as shirts, and she buys shirts to wear as shirts. So it's a... I call them shirt dresses.
This, or sometimes the front part can even be like super high up like this, and I'm just like, no. So yeah, it's super cozy, and I love it. Oh my gosh. So now...
You mastered your mind.
So Amberlynn, my merch is going to be available in 5X. If you want to grab onto your chunk chunk shirt.
You're on the train home. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule
Why is it making me watch the entire goddamn ad?
a fix in minutes. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Next is the checkered over-the-shoulder sweater, and it
I don't like that. I don't like it.
just just feels huge. Like my
Yeah, it's like she's gonna take off. Flap the wings there on the shirt. I don't. That's actually really big on her. I don't know. I don't like it.
my arms feel super small and itty bitty, which sometimes that is why, you know, girly pop loves a sweater, but it's like kind of annoying and it's not easy to move in because while this is super loose, down here feels like a little tight, a little snug, a little short. But if I pull it up above my booty there, it all just feels loosey-goosey and cozy. But that's what I was saying before, like,
This might be a shirt just to wear at home to be comfy. I mean, look. I can barely dress myself. I wear jeans and t-shirts. I have zero fashion sense. But I don't like this shirt on her. I don't like the way it looks.
I don't want to have my butt out for the whole world to be looking at. But I will say it's super cute. I love like over-the-shoulder type of looks. So next is the
It seems very 80s to me. We just need some leg warmers and some neon hair scrunchies. Tragic.
tragic tee where I accidentally bought 2 of them, but I'm just gonna give the other one to my mom. So I love this one. I love how light it feels. I love the length.
Looks fine,
Like, I
t-shirt.
have zero complaints about this. Like, it's cozy, it's breathable. I'm giving tragic every single day of my life, so it's definitely made for me. Last but not least, we have the
Lizzie R. I'm the fashion police, don't worry. Little Miss California girl there. You can be the fashionista.
tank top, which is actually like a sleeper tee. So it fits well. It's super loose, it's long, and this is what it looks like from the side.
Yeah, I think it's fine. She's had a sleeper shirt. She's gonna wear it to sleep in. Yeah, fine.
This is probably
Because if she wore it out, she'd probably wear a cardigan over it. Because she tends to do that with like the spaghetti strap and the strapped shirts. She'll often put a cardigan on.
not something that I would ever like wear out, but if I did, I'd probably have like a cardigan over it and I'd have to lose a little bit more weight to feel like comfortable in it. And by the way, don't let anyone ever make you feel bad of like, if you're wearing a sleeper tee in public and you feel comfy, do it. If you're wearing a bikini top as a bralette, do it. If you're wearing a long shirt as a dress, do it. Do you, wear what you love and wear what you feel good in and what you feel comfortable in. So I'm gonna go
She's not wrong. Yeah, I mean, wear what you're comfortable in. I don't wear sleeveless shirts because people don't need to see my bat wings out in public. Even though I do have tattoos. But, oh my god, is this... Put a shirt on! Oh my goodness!
go ahead and say that that was a pretty good torrid haul. And we can't forget about this cardigan. So I did try it on in my last video when I actually did the haul, and I absolutely
Lizzie R. I mean, I did walk past a New York Fashion Week event once. Yeah, I like the cardigan. Looks cute.
absolutely love it. I almost cannot wait until like the cold weather comes back because it's fixing to be
No. No. No, Amberlynn. There will be no... Do not be wishing for cold weather to come back. No. We got a little bit of a gap there. She's showing a little bit of cleavage.
spring and then summer. And your girl is not going to be wanting to wear this. All right, you guys, we're going to try another Factor meal.
Why do we have the countdown behind her?
So this one I'm very nervous about. It's the Louisiana shrimp with smoked Gouda cauliflower grits, chicken andouille tomato gravy, and there's also
Andouille. Yeah, again, I've said this multiple times. I think Factor's side items, side dishes are really, really good.
some broccoli in here. I'm hesitant, okay? It is a little liquidy compared to like what I was expecting it to be like, because trust me, I've had grits before. Love them, but they did not look like this. I'm fully
It is a
aware
little
that this is
liquidy.
cauliflower grits, so it is
Oh, it's cauliflower grits. Makes it a little less carby.
different, but let's try it. Okay. The flavor is so good. So shrimp for me is hit or miss depending on texture. I love the taste of shrimp, but texture is where it kind of gets
Sigh. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why there's a... Oh, I knocked my earbud off my ear. I can't hear out of my left ear anyway. Doesn't matter. I don't know why she has a timer back there. Why do you have a timer, Amberlynn?
It's me. Gotta blow it off first. I'm just gonna take a bite of it.
What the fuck kind of bite was that? And why are we eating the entire... You know, she did make a comment about mukbangs again. Maybe I want to do mukbangs again.
The texture and the taste is actually perfect. I was so hesitant on that. I'm gonna get some of the juices. Well, the grits. I mean, this is like a, what did it say, chicken andouille tomato gravy, so maybe that's why it's so liquidy, but it's good. Now let's try the broccoli. By the way, it's storming here. Yes, it is.
Storming.
I'm telling you, their vegetables are on point.
Their
Yeah, it's
sides
storming
are good.
here. It was hailing earlier. Not my power, I was gonna say my power. My internet is flickering. Genuinely, it's just been hectic on.
Tiny blue anthropologist. I refuse to accept cauliflower grits. Refuse, I say. Do you like cauliflower rice? I eat a lot of cauliflower rice because I love rice, but I'm trying to lose weight and not succeeding. So I do a lot of cauliflower rice when I want to have rice.
Holy, this is good. Wow. So I'm sure some of you are like, why is there a stopwatch behind you?
Yes.
Well, I'll explain in a second. Let me enjoy this delicious broccoli. A lot of people think that like mukbangs are coming back. Literally no. Literally no. People are thinking because I'm sitting down eating a meal that I'm like highly editing that it's a mukbang. Literally no. A mukbang is where you eat large quantities of food and you get to watch the person actually enjoy it, chew their food, etc., etc. But that is not what's happening here. I have been editing down my eating so much that I take out 97% of my chewing. And the reason why I have this little stopwatch back here is because people were like, oh my gosh, she's eating it so fast. She's just like gulping it down in like 2 minutes. No, it's because I'm like
That's a big fucking bite.
highly editing it because it's not a mukbang. I'm literally a person who lives alone and who eats alone every single day, all of my meals, and I get lonely. Yes, I do.
Shit, when I eat by myself, I eat quicker than I should. So I will say, again, I've mentioned this before, I don't believe what she does is the current definition and sense of a mukbang. She's just sitting down typically and just eating a meal on camera. Now, the original mukbangs, which were like eating broadcast in Korea, were meant to sit down and enjoy a meal with somebody on the other side of the screen. They didn't have to be large quantities of food. It was just a way to not feel alone while you were eating your meal. In that sense, this could be a mukbang. But the current sense of mukbangs is eating a shit ton of food, like Nick Avocado, Hungry Fat Chick, that one guy that you always see with like the black gloves and the baseball hat making lots of food. That sort of thing is what we see mukbangs is nowadays. And in that sense, no. Amberlynn's not doing mukbangs. She's just having her dinner. She should not be eating on camera, period, since she's a professed ED person. Yeah, I mean, she's not binging on camera, right? She said that she has... Well, now she says she doesn't have BED. She just has a food addiction. But... but if she doesn't want to trigger other people, or she doesn't want to feed the rumor... Poor choice of words. If she doesn't want to feed the rumors that she's making Fifi content... I've never thought she's made that type of content for people. If people take it as that, that's on them for being like, ooh, yeah, chew that food, ooh. Then that's on that person.
So sometimes it's nice to come on here and be like, let's try a factor meal. And I think it's a really cool concept for people who like are too lazy to cook, or who can't cook, or don't have time to cook. Like, it doesn't even matter why you have it. But yeah, a mukbang is very much not what I'm doing. I don't know, it's just weird. It's almost like people want that, but they say that they don't, but they really do. I don't know how to explain it.
We don't, but we really do. So we're at 6 minutes.
Kind of like a form of like reverse psychology. I don't know. This is just a little eat with me moment, and I'm lonely, and I want to eat with the people who enjoy eating with me.
Fair enough. She's feeling lonely, and she wants to enjoy a meal with people. I don't have any... I ate some grapes earlier. I don't have any more grapes. I'll have my blackberry. Have you tried the blackberry sugar, zero sugar Dr. Pepper, Amberlynn? It's quite tasty.
And there's a lot of you, and there's a lot of you who feel alone and who do message me and say,
Man, why you gotta call me out like that?
I miss eating with you. And
I don't miss that.
I'm never going to film like full-fledged mukbangs again. It's not going to happen. But little moments like this throughout my vlog, I don't mind doing that. You guys trust me, I get it. I know a lot about loneliness. And I'm really working on like bettering myself. And
Red grapes.
I'm on Weight Watchers. Definitely not going to be perfect, but I'm working on my relationship with food. And I like sharing that with you guys. And I think Factor is really going to help me with that because it's such a wide variety of foods as well. I am absolutely shocked with how good the shrimp is. And the cauliflower grits, I would have no idea that that's cauliflower. But I like cauliflower, so I'd like it regardless. Last piece of broccoli. She's a biggin.
That is a big piece of broccoli. I think Amberlynn needs to work with a dietitian as well to help her with her food relationship. It took me a year. It took me damn near a year to get mine back on track. This is not black cherry. This is blackberry. Tiny blue anthropologist.
Now we have our last shrimp here.
Ugh, shrimp. That's a big fucking shrimp.
Yum. Definitely going to be getting this one again. This was actually one of the ones that I gave my stepdad and he said he really liked it. All right, so I ate it all. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Wow. And
Size channeling some Britney Spears there in the chat.
thank you guys for having a meal with me. All right.
You're so welcome, Amberlynn. Took you 9.5 minutes to enjoy your Factor meal, which is pretty average. But you were also talking. Ooh, where are we?
Day 6. I'm on step 242. And this is how it is looking. We now have 2 seats. Look at that. So I actually just got done.
I do like that. Oh yeah, cream soda is good too. I do like cream soda.
Editing this video and I was about to like get it scheduled and all that stuff and I realized I do not have an outro. I didn't realize how long this video
When's that ever been a problem?
was, but I hope that you guys did enjoy it and enjoyed the length of it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
It was a long one. I am almost half an hour past the time that I scheduled for myself. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm just a bitch with a microphone. Maybe she has all 9. Maybe she has 8. Maybe she has 7. I don't fucking know. I really don't care. I do know she certainly does have BPD based on even just getting 5 of those. We've seen these behaviors consistently throughout the years, and we can look back on what we know about Amberlynn and see these behaviors. And hopefully getting with a therapist that specializes in this will start giving her some of these coping mechanisms and help her recognize these issues and just become a better person, not just for herself, but for the people around her, so that if she does find somebody else to be in a relationship with, maybe she can have a healthy relationship where they communicate and can point out, hey, I think you're doing this because of your mental health issues. Let's talk about this. I hope Amberlynn can find that in a future partner, that she keeps off of YouTube, because we know what happens when she shares her partners on YouTube. I just want to see Amberlynn do better. I really do. I want us all to do better. None of us are perfect. But but since Amberlynn's been putting it out there on YouTube for 10 years, I just want to see her succeed and get better and do better. She's been able to rebuild her relationship with her mom over the last 1.5 years. Now let's see her rebuild that relationship with herself and really work on getting her mental health in order and getting herself into a good place where she can love herself and can find a partner that wants to be with her for her and have a healthy relationship. I mean, I want that for all of us, but I would love to see Amberlynn be healthy, be happy, and be successful. And then we have on the flip side of that, we have all of this drama and external things coming with all of these ex-partners making all of these videos, making all of these accusations, and doing all of these things. That's not... Oh, my tummy made a weird noise. That's not going to be great for Amberlynn's mental health in any respect. I mean, if I were Amberlynn and I were seeing like exes start to make these videos, it would be upsetting for me, of course. So it's just it's a weird time in girl world. It's a very weird time in the Amberverse side of girl world. I've thought about just stopping covering everything and just being like, you know what? I just don't I just don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with the they said, he said, she said, Alexis coming in and trying to start shit. Part of me is just like, I just don't want to put any more energy into this. But here I am. Here I am still making videos. Let's see. Kim says, personal opinion. She lacks the desire. She keeps using her "I'm not perfect" as a chronic excuse. If Amber is indeed guilty of the acts she has done, then it's on her for not fixing her decades-long problems. Right? Once, you know, we've discussed this before. Once she became aware and was diagnosed with BPD and became aware of these issues, then it was on her to try to fix these issues and try to resolve and not use it as an excuse. I keep wanting to clip that AWOL Nation song, you know, blame it on my BPD, baby. I keep wanting to clip that, and I keep forgetting to. Because you can't use it as an excuse. It may explain your behaviors, but it doesn't excuse it. And you can't keep I don't know if I can say that word. You can't keep what's another word I can use? Being horrible to people in a relationship and then keep saying, oh, it's because of this. It's because of this. Because having these actions and knowing what the problem is without doing anything to rectify it is not accountability. Which is what Amberlynn is trying desperately to do. We need to finish that live stream. We'll see how the last half of that live stream goes. But the first half of that live stream wasn't going great. It wasn't going great. It seemed very disjointed, very all over the place. But yeah. So we'll catch up on Beck's videos eventually. I don't have a lot of time, and I've already gone half an hour over my scheduled time. Lizzie, you can't stop. You don't need me. There are plenty of other channels, plenty of other people that give their opinions. Like I said, I'm just a bitch with a microphone. A bean. There we go. So it's basically on Amber now, right? Now we just have to sit back and watch Amber and see if she gets a redemption arc, right? See if she can better herself. So that's what we need to just sit back and watch and wait and see. So I hope she can do it. You know, I've always said I want to see Amber succeed. I want to see her get healthier, get better. And I want to see her do that. I try to see the good in people where I can. And I want to see her do better for herself and for future partners, right? So, Thank you so much, my lovely YouTube wife. I appreciate you always being here and putting that in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for spending a little bit of your day with me. I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come listen to me blather on non-stop, according to Lizzie and my YouTube wife. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And until next time, be safe and take care. Sorry if you guys just heard me cough. I'm so sorry.